What's up everyone, I'm Twisted. We finally got a new dev update, and while there isn't much about lore here, we do now know more about the new champion and the theme of Season 2, so let's talk about it. Consider this a follow-up to my previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, you should definitely do it before watching this one. In my previous video, I went over the theme of Act 2 and the teaser for the next champion, which will be relevant for this video. But before that, let's start with Shyvana. We still don't have her bio update or new voice lines, but we did get a bunch of new things related to her update, including a look at her new splash, in-game model, and abilities. We also got a trailer for her update. Here Shyvana talks about her mother and we can see her helping Jarvan IV, likely the moment she saved him and took him to Renwall. So far this trailer seems to confirm that Shyvana's lore is going to remain pretty similar to what we have right now. It's also possible that the dragon we see here is Eva, Shyvana's mother, though it's worth noting that if this is the case, her mother should die in this battle, shortly after Shyvana took Jarvan to Renwall. Yet we see Shyvana later fighting the dragon again with Quinn in the season cinematic. So unless these are actually different dragons, I don't think this is Eva. We also got confirmation that this year will only have one new champion, unlike the previous year which had one per season. The new champion of 2026 will arrive in Season 2, and they will be related to the thematics of both Season 1 and Season 2. Speaking of which, these seasons will have some connections, though not as much as seasons from 2025, and Season 3 of this year will be more standalone. Now there's a lot to unpack here. First, there won't be a year-long narrative this year. This is something we already speculated before, mostly because the lore of Season 1 is focusing on many disconnected stories in Demacia. Season 2 will be tied to Season 1, but not in a huge way. Hard to say what this means for now, but we do know that the new champion will somehow be tied to both of these seasons. It has not been confirmed, but for now we are assuming that the upcoming champion is the mysterious character from the Garen comic. And the only thing we know about them is that they are interested in the wild woods of Demacia, forests affected by a sudden bloom of magic. Like I said in my previous video, this is a plot point Riot has been exploring since Season 2 of Arcane, and so far we've seen this rise of magic in Piltover, Ionia and now Demacia. It's possible that the new champion is going to be looking for more information about this. So instead of Season 2 being directly tied to Demacia, we could instead be seeing another region of Runeterra where magic has risen, and our new champion will be there to investigate just like they did in Demacia. But all of this is just speculation for now. It's too early to know for sure where this year's narrative is headed. As for Season 3, this will be more standalone, which makes sense. This will be the season of worlds, not to mention the winter map likely returning as well. It is really hard for lore to be the focus at this time of the year, unless there's a huge event about it, like for Arcane for example. This will also be the last season before 2027, where we can expect big changes for League, including a brand new map and client. So this might also end up as a celebration of League as we know it, before we transition into a new era. It's also possible that Season 3 will focus on an alternate universe from a skin line. Meddler did say that they were considering doing it for 2026, and with this season being disconnected from the other ones, I can definitely see it focusing on a completely different universe. Riot Meddler also confirmed that they were already working on another champion update. I would like to be optimistic and assume that this is coming in Season 3, so that this year every season has at least one new champion or update. But Meddler did not confirm when this update is coming out, so it could very well be next year. Skin Spotlights also found assets for an upcoming comic, where we can see a statue of Shin and a bit of Sona's instrument. As I've said in the past, the 4 separate stories from the season cinematic are likely being explored further this season. So far we've gotten a comic continuing the story of Yunara and Jarvan, and a comic continuing the story of Garen. This one should be tied to Sona's story, though how being attacked by living shadows will be tied to Shin's funeral, I have no idea. But either way, this makes me believe that Shyvana's update will also come with a new comic, which is nice. Finally, this week we're getting a big update to Demacia Rising, an update titled Threats from Beyond, which likely references the Noxian enemies that were leaked a while ago. Meddler also confirmed that this will indeed be the only metagame this year. A shame, I hope that at least Season 2 will have a bunch of comics as well. And that's it for lore news this week. Let me know down below what are your expectations for Season 2 and the new champion, and what are your thoughts on less champions this year, as well as no year-long narrative. Personally, I found that a bit disappointing. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, it's free and you can always change your mind later. I'm Twisted and I'll see you guys in the next video.